Let's take a look at this case. The electric scooter is trying to reverse into the parking space, but there are many electric scooters parked in the passage, making it particularly narrow. The owner tried several times but couldn't reverse the vehicle into the space. The situation on site is roughly as we have simulated here.
First, let's take a look. In this situation, when we reverse into the parking space, even if we try to keep the rear of our car as close as possible to the rear of this car while moving back, because there are electric bikes parked in the passage, making it narrow, you simply cannot turn the steering wheel too much. Otherwise, the front of the car will swing out and hit these electric bikes. However, if we turn the steering wheel slowly, the rear of the car will also enter slowly, and it's easy for the rear not to get in at all after reaching the end, being blocked by the front of the adjacent car. So at this time, if we want to adjust and move forward, there isn't much space for the front of the car, and it can't go far. Conversely, if we reverse, the rear of the car doesn't change much either. After a few adjustments, it's easy to get the car stuck in the passage. Therefore, in such a situation, if we want to back the car in, we need to fully utilize the space on the left side of the car body, and then, by reversing, align the rear with the entrance. So how exactly do we do this? First, let's try to keep the car body close to the car in the parking space, and move forward as much as possible. Then, when reversing, turn the steering wheel earlier so that the rear of the car stays close to the rear of the adjacent car. At this point, we encounter the same dilemma. We can't turn the steering wheel too much, and the rear turns slowly, heading towards the front of the adjacent car, right? At this point, we should not push the car all the way back, leave some space for reversing, then turn the steering wheel fully to the right and reverse until the car body is once again close to the rear of the car next to it. Then, straighten the steering wheel and drive forward until there is no extra space at the front, and then turn left and reverse again. Okay, then don't push the car all the way, reverse and back up. Do the reverse push, push it all the way, then drive straight forward. Each time you do this, the rear of the car aligns more with the entrance, right? Like now, after a few maneuvers, notice that the car body is already more than halfway into the space, right? At this point, we drive straight forward again, okay, until there's no space at the front, then we turn left and reverse. After a few reverse maneuvers like this, the car body can stay close to the rear of the other car, allowing us to avoid the side of the car and get the rear in further. Once the rear is in, we make a slight forward adjustment, then reverse again, and the vehicle can be parked in the space.